here to share the space and time with us tonight as well. And Katina, you can go ahead and kick off. Oh,
Okay,
yay. Um,
so I'm going to share the screen and then start my presentation, right?
awesome. Yeah. Or if there's anything you want to share before you share the screen, you're more than welcome to do so too.
All right. Um, Here we are. Oh, wait. Um, Thank you, everybody, for coming. It's my first time doing this class, presenting this information with essential oils, and I'm super excited. And I'm gonna go ahead and introduce myself and tell you, I mean, you know me, but some of you don't know me. But I just wanted to tell you about my background and what is so inviting for me in this field. So, I am an integrative nutrition health coach, functional nutrition recovery coach. I work in the area of nutritional psychiatry. I have been a practitioner for about a little bit more than 3 years. And the reason I got into it is I have already been a health coach. I knew how to eat right. I thought I knew everything. But yet, I was a young mom. I just had my third baby, and everything was great in my life. And I was depressed, and I had no idea why. Okay. And I remember sitting on the couch and just crying. And I open up my email, and I see an email from a lady that used to go to my church, and she owns an academy for addiction and mental health nutrition. And she was having a meeting. And I think it's Holy Spirit that led me there. I just wanted to click on it and see and tune in and see what she has to say. Because I literally did not know what was wrong with me. And I'm tuning in to this call, and it's just her and her colleague and me. And I'm start talking to them, and they're like, okay, you have to come to the academy because you're going to learn so much. They explain it to me that, nutritional psychiatry, that's where it's at. And so I joined, and sure enough, within months or two, I was back to being my happy, cheerful self. And I was able to do the things that I've always loved doing. I was able not to snap at my children in the afternoon for no reason. I was able not to sleep for 10 hours a day because I was actually excited to wake up and live my life. So, and this was a beautiful, beautiful thing that I found, and I was helping so many people. And then I have discovered essential oils on top of it. And when I did discover essential oils, I just knew that marrying the nutritional psychiatry and essential oils is just the magic sauce that is just something that is unmatched. And now my mission is to bring essential oils to all of the nutritional psychiatry practitioners. And I'm talking to my academy. They're curious. They want to know. And I'm going to tell you, of course, I'm not going to be able to tell you everything, but I'll tell you the basics that are hopefully going to be as helpful for you as they were for me when I learned about them. So, mental health is not just thoughts or emotions, it is biochemistry. You know what really upsets me when someone gets into state of depression or anxiety or something like this, and they go to a specialist, they get put on the medicine. But it does help them for a little while, but it doesn't address the root cause problem. Nobody is looking at why is this happening to this person, right? They're just addressing it with taking away those symptoms. But what the medications do, they just deplete the person further and further and further till they don't work. You know how many people I've worked with on medication that would need to have more medication and more medication to address, their increasing anxiety, and now they have insomnia, and now they have some twitching nerve or something like this, and there's never end to it unless you address the root cause. Okay, and we'll talk about the root cause, addressing that towards the end of this presentation. But I just wanted to throw it out there. Our mood is influenced by nervous system regulation, stress hormones, neurotransmitters, blood sugar stability is a big one, and sensory input, including smell, which essential oils work primarily through the sensory nervous system. Essential oils, let's talk about them. Why they're so wonderful and magical and just amazing. Most of you, I think, here have tried essential oils, and maybe some of you have just very little experience with it yet. But the more you use it, I assure you, the more you're going to love it, and you'll never want to be without it. Essential oils are 50 to 70 times more potent than herbs. Essential oils, here, let me move this picture out of my presentation. Oh, sorry, so I can see. So essential oils, they're highly concentrated chemical messengers from the plant. They're fast acting. They're very, um, they're very quick, right? One drop contains the equivalent of pounds of plant. For example, I put it here for a reason. The cinnamon bark oil, 5 milliliter bottle in doTERRA. You know how many pounds of cinnamon it took to make this bottle? 5.7 pounds. Isn't that amazing? So imagine it's so potent. It all you need is one drop. Sometimes you don't even need a drop. Sometimes you need just put your toothpick in there, and that's enough for that hot oil. Um, Essential oils they interact with brain chemistry, with nervous system, with immune signaling, and inflammation. And all of this system are connected to our mental health. So why they work so fast? Essential oils, they work faster than anything. And the reason why is because when we inhale them, the aromatic molecules, they travel directly through our olfactory nerve into the limbic system to the through the emotional regulatory center of the brain. So they bypass the digestion, they bypass the liver, and even our conscious thought. So before we're even able to tell ourselves this negative story, right? The essential oil is already there influencing our emotions. This is how amazing they are. So they can shift moods very quickly, like this. And I encourage everyone who has essential oils to carry them on them everywhere because if find yourself in a situation when you need your mood shifted, you can use this tool very easily. So it calms or stimulates the nervous system rapidly. It can interrupt the stress loops. It supports emotional regulation in real time. And this is not a placebo, it's neurobiology. Okay? So let's start with frankincense. I love frankincense because frankincense is truly a king of oils. And the reason it is because it's been it's been used for well, first of all, production of it is very complex process, right? Then it contains, I didn't put it here, but I think over 40,000 chemical compounds, or is it 4,000? 4,000, not 40. But it works very, very quickly. You know, in ancient times, they've always used frankincense in churches, in different rituals and things like that. And it used to, the people used to believe that frankincense expelled demons. Only with time, we've learned to find out that frankincense, they actually have bioactive compounds that influence the brain. And one of these compounds is called incensol acetate. It has been shown to cross into the brain and activate pathways involved in emotional regulation and calm. So frankincense promotes grounding, you reduces emotional reactivity, supports clarity and certain centeredness, and is deeply calming without being sedating. And we will talk about the ways to use essential oils after we talk about them. So my second favorite for mental health would be copaiba. And copaiba is very soothing for your brain. It works both on body and brain. It reduces inflammation. It is rich on compound that works on our endocannabinoid system. It kind of binds to CBD2 receptors and turns turns down the nerve endings and calms you down, balances you, reduces the inflammation without psychoactive effect. So research suggests that copaiba reduces anxiety and nervous system over action and supports emotional regulation and stress resilience, calm inflammation and pain. And actually, we were just talking about was Tiara and Alyssa, and both of them talked about how they use it for anxiety when they have situation where they feel it. They just reach out for copaiba, and it works really good every single time. And then we have lavender. Lavender is actually one of the most clinically studied essential oils for anxiety. And if you go to PubMed, they have a lot of um, publications there. And if you're interested, you can research. It's very, very interesting to read. But lavender supports our GABA and helps regulate that anxiety and just calms down your nerves. Geez. All right, then we have peppermint. Peppermint is great for attention, energy, and mental drive. It's activating, it's stimulating. I probably carried around peppermint for about a year, just couldn't get enough of it. That was just my oil, go-to oil, mine, my daughter's. And she still, if whatever, she just says, "Mom, give me some peppermint." Yeah, it helps with alertness, attention, mental energy, and it just also if somebody in your family has ADHD, it's a great oil for that. Good for mental fatigue, low motivation. There are other oils that contain peppermint, but this is a great one to have. Definitely. And citruses. Who doesn't like citrus? Every time you diffuse citrus oil or you inhale it, you put it a drop in your water, it just reminds you how great it is to be alive. It's just probably like opening that orange. It's just invigorates you, right? But they also clinically proven to lift the mood and emotional tone, reduce stress, increase motivation and mental clarity. Yeah, it's great to use in the morning and midday. Then we have digest then. Digest then, as we know, 90% of our serotonin is produced in the gut. And digest then is one of my favorite oils. It's just because how many times I've had a child with a tummy ache or an and we all know when we don't have good digestion, we're not happy. I don't know about you, but I don't remember having being in a wonderful mood when I had my tummy upset. It just never happens, right? So it can help you with improving digestion and nutrient absorption. And nutrient absorption is so important because our neurotransmitters can only be made if we absorbing things properly. It reduces bloating immediately. Like I'm not even kidding you. Like you would be bloated, put a drop or two of digest then under your tongue, and it's spicy for some people, so you can drop it in a little glass of water. And you don't need much. Again, drop or two and drink it and see how your belly feels. And it kind of shifts your body into the rest and digest. And I will never forget. And this is what turned me into oils this summer. All I used for 2 months when I traveled to the country of Georgia, I just used the oils. And one of the episodes from my trip, my older brother is this big dude with a very, very hairy chest. All right. He was laying on the couch and he was like holding his belly and he's like, uh, like hurts, right? And my mom was like, Katina, where's your oils? And and I'm like giving her my oils. My mom was like really like go get her, kind of person. So she's like, okay, give it to me. I'm gonna go fix your brother. I'm like, okay. So and he's laying there in the couch like this huge. I'm a tall person, but he's like even taller, much bigger than me. And she put some digest then was carrier oil, rubs it on his belly. She rubbed it on his belly, and 5 minutes later, he was like, on that couch. And my husband still remembers this moment. He's like, "Oh, there's this baby Gia just sleeping on the couch." That because that put him into the relaxed state of mind, rest and digest. His tummy was digesting well. So, let's see. Oh, and then we have adaptive. I was just using it because I was a little bit nervous, like excited, nervous. So it's like I had this like busy energy in my head, and I used adaptive, and it calmed me down. And I love adaptive so much. Also, recently I had a story was that when I was at the grocery store with Nina, my daughter, and I don't know, it's just like I don't have this episodes very often anymore, but that particular day I was very tired, didn't sleep enough. I had probably too much coffee. I love my coffee, and I was in the aisle and I was freaking out. Like all of a sudden, it's just everything seems like I don't want to go through even the aisle. I'm just feeling anxious. And I'm like, okay, well, what can I do to support myself? Thankfully, I had this adaptive. And I was like, Nina, just wait a minute. Like for some reason, I'm feeling very anxious. I'm telling her what's going on. And I'm like, I'm gonna smell it. I'm gonna rub it on my chest and on my neck, and then we can proceed. And literally it took me a minute, like minute or two, and all these feelings just evaporated, and I was able to shop with no worries for the rest of the time. So it's a great oil, and I hear that teenage children really enjoy it, especially the ones that are really having hard time to focus. They're on their phones or whatever. So that'd be a good oil for them. Uh, yeah, it encourages parasympathetic nervous system activity, rest, calm, and clarity. It helps quiet mental chatter and emotional reactivity. Now we have balance too. And balance is it promotes emotional regulation. And many of you here have tried it. I don't have it right now because I've had so many people who loved it. Um, I gifted several of those bottles, and yeah, I even gifted the rest of the one that I had a little bit in because I just want to share it with people. I think it's amazing oil. It promotes a whole body sense of relaxation. It kind of promotes grounding experience. I loved working out with this oil when I did yoga or stretching or something like this. And for people that need that grounding more, we always suggest put it on the bottom of your feet in the morning and in the evening, and add it to your bath and see what happens. It really balances you out. And let's talk about how to use essential oils. Um, so one of the ways is that we can put a drop, when I was feeling anxious in the grocery store, first thing I did, I put it in my hand, I rubbed it together, and I inhaled it. That's the first one for your brain. It's going to calm you down right away. Then the second way to do it is put it in a diffuser. Topical, when you do topical application of any oil, you want to dilute it with carrier oil. First, not to burn your skin, which most oils, I mean, I'm just going to say dilute it every time just to be on a safe side, okay? And then we have internal, like frankincense. Um, when I came back from Georgia, I met with my best friends there from college. They brought their family to see us there. I saw my brother, my mom, lots of my family. When I came back, I was so sad. I was so sad. I felt like, oh my gosh, when is this ever gonna? And I just, I'm happy with my life, but I was so sad and I couldn't control it just because it's a human emotion, right? To meet other people that you love and you want to be around them. And I love my friends, I love my family, and I don't get to see them very much. So summer when I came back, July was hard for me. And what I did to help support my mental state, I took frankincense, a drop under my tongue in the morning and in the evening. And I could tell the difference. I could tell the difference. And I was just kept doing it, kept doing it, kept doing it. And it didn't like my emotions did not run me. I was running them. And I know it was thanks for frankincense. Um So let's talk about nutritional psychiatry a little bit. Mental health is a depletion problem. It's not a character flaw. I think now it's becoming so clear to so many people, but still, it's going to take a very long time, as it usually does, to shift this perspective. Over 1 billion people worldwide, about 13% of the global population, are diagnosed with mental health conditions each year. Isn't that crazy? I see it's getting younger and younger and younger. In fact, I have children of my friends that are prescribed medications for anxiety, for depression, and things of that nature. And it just horrifies me because, again, nobody addresses their diet, nobody addresses their screen time, nobody addresses their inactivity. And so this is not a random problem, and it's not just a psychological problem. What is really happening is a chronic nutrient depletion. And I know it from my practice because so many times you help a person, you teach them how to eat right, you give them the right medications, and not even a month later, they're a different person. In fact, it happens so quick. It's just amazing how quickly it happens. Um, Blood sugar instability is a big one, and this can be addressed, and maybe something to think about, especially if you have little children. When they don't eat protein, for example, if your children are used to eating carbs, toast in the morning, right? Then they eat pasta or mac and cheese for lunch, and then something similar like a bagel for dinner. They're gonna be crazy. I worked with a little boy who is 7 right now. He's 7. He was 6. And that's what he ate. That's what he ate. And the only protein he would eat was ham, something like that. And it had to be addressed. First, his parents introduced protein shakes in the morning because, again, that's all he would eat, right? The little children are not easy. But guess what happened when he started having protein in the morning? He stopped being unmanageable. Teacher was so grateful. She just, it was night and day. He was, yeah, I mean, the way that I got into nutritional psychiatry, I read a book, Food and Behavior, and a lot of it was based on a study done in jail. There were so many people in jail that they did study on, and their criminal behavior, they were criminals and they became normal people within several months. They have stopped doing a lot of things, and they were able to kind of understand what's going on. Yeah, it's amazing. So what else? Let's um, so mood is chemistry plus neurology plus physiology. Your brain runs on on the neurotransmitter. So serotonin, dopamine, GABA, endorphins, all of those are neurotransmitters, and they're not created out of a thin air. They're built from amino acid, which is in protein. That's why protein is so important. Um, then we need vitamins, primarily B vitamins, and other vitamins, of course, two minerals. Then we need healthy fats, including omega-3. Stable blood sugar. Again, very big deal. Stabilizing your blood sugar. Adequate sleep and proper digestion. If digestion is weak, protein is low, blood sugar unstable, or stress hormones are high, neurotransmitters drop, and the mood certainly follows. This is why people can be anxious for no obvious reason, depressed without having a sad life like I was, irritable when stressed like I was, crave sugar, carbs, alcohol, or caffeine, be emotionally reactive when tired, and a lot of times it's not a character flaw, you know, because a lot of times we see a person who is completely dysregulated and what we think, oh, she is a B word, right? Or he is like a crazy person or whatever. But guess what? He could be just depleted, and it happens all the time. That's why we're coming up to our next. So first thing, of course, would be diet. Start with the diet. I always tell my clients, start with the diet because No matter what you do, you can inhale all the essential oils in the world. You can take your vitamins, fish oil, and probiotics. But if you don't eat, or you eat really don't eat protein, you don't eat fat, um, you don't eat right, you're gonna suffer, you know? Your mental health, your physical health, all of it. So I want to talk about this vitamins VMG plus. Those were really the best discovery for me as a practitioner who works with mental health, because most of my clients, they cannot be without vitamins. They cannot. They're so depleted throughout the years that they need their vitamins on continuous basis and they can never get off of them. And the minute that they do, they start feeling it in their brain. And in fact, I've had so many clients that I would say take these vitamins for a while, then get off of them for several months. They'll be like, "Please, can I get back on my vitamins? I'm feeling crazy." And I would be like, "I don't know if I feel so confident with you taking this really concentrated. Half of them are synthetic, and I knew they were great quality. I'm not denying that. But having to take that for a whole year straight, it's just, I wasn't confident that their organs were going to be able to, um, you know, to take the heat of all the synthetic vitamins. But then I've discovered VMG Plus. And VMG Plus is whole food vitamins. It's all you need really. It's really next step. Soon a lot of companies are going to catch up to this. It's just really a new way of supporting yourself long term. All you need is this VMG. You have a daily dose of vitamins, minerals, greens, and essential oils all in one. It's delicious and easy. If some of you are taking it right now, you probably can attest how delicious it is. It is really, really good. Even kids like it. And if they don't, I put it in a smoothie for them. And second essential nutrient is omega plus, omega 3. So omega 3s are essential because our bodies does not make it. We need to bring it from the outside to the inside. And unless you eat fish, really high quality fish, wild caught, 3 times a week regularly for a long period of time, you really need fish oil. Like I had a client last year, she lives in Dubai, and she says, Katina, we eat fish almost every single day. And she tests her omegas too. She was like, I'm not deficient on omegas. I'm like, I have no issues. You don't have to take it. Fine. But most of us do have to take it because they're essential. They're essential for DHA is a primary building block for brain cell membranes. When we don't give our brain essential omega-3, it cannot make those cell membranes, right? So it reduces inflammation in it supports serotonin, dopamine function, and really it's needed for all of the neurotransmitter productions. For serotonin, that's responsible for our mood, for our sleep, for our ability. If you feel like when I was feeling at 5 o'clock that I was so mad at everyone for no reason, or whatever little thing they would do, I was just like, that is a sign of low serotonin. Okay. So all of this cannot be produced if we are not eating fish religiously or take the fish oil. Okay. And we have, of course, probiotic. Um, I'm really to find a person with a perfect digestion. Really. I mean, it's just, I think everybody needs a probiotic. And I love this probiotic. It's like really my favorite, not because it's doTERRA, because before that, I worked with seed probiotic. It was the only probiotic that was good enough. And now we have this. It's a dual chamber probiotic, so it has prebiotics, probiotics, and postbiotics all in one. And it has dual chamber, so when you swallow it, the first part of it is populates your large intestine, and then the second capsule just dissolves in your lower um, intestine. And it's really hard for most probiotics. They're just gonna drop, do some work over there and not go all the way down in your small intestine. But this one will. And small intestine, that's where our health lives because we want to populate it with really good bacteria. And of course, you want to eat fermented foods as much as possible. Like eat sauerkraut, eat sauerkraut. Kimchi may be too much for some people. Um, Drink kombucha. Um, yeah, foundational wellness. Everybody needs foundational wellness. Everybody. And um, here we have here we have basic oils and foundational wellness kit that are, as you can see, so family wellness kit, it has all the oils pretty much that we've talked about, except balance, adaptive, and copaiba. All of the oils are included there. It's a really good price because you get 10 oils, 5 milliliters for, and you can play with them. They go long ways. As I said, you just need one drop or two. And I think there's 125 drops or something like that per bottle. For example, if you buy frankincense by itself, it's $80 wholesale price. Retail is 100 something, but you get a 5 milliliter frankincense in there. And when you combine it, so it's really the best deal for a starter. And then there's foundational wellness. Um, and we have some specials going on I'll have Alyssa talk about that. Thank you so much for listening. Oh, I wanted to show you this one slide before I give it over to Alyssa. And if you want me to text it to you, tell me. I will. But this is a good reminder if you could have it on your phone. This is what you need really for mental health. And if you be consistent with it, you will you will you will feel great. You will feel great. And if somebody in your house struggles with mood or other things, you can help them by sharing what you've learned today.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Katino. I'm just gonna find myself and come on in. We'll bring in the gallery. There we all are. Amazing, amazing. Wow. Wow, 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 wow. So I know we have we have 13 people in the room here, and I know that many of you are using some of these products, maybe not all of these products, but I'm so curious. What's been your experience with, VMG and the E Omega and, those of you who are on foundational wellness, if there's anyone that's open to share, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. How has that changed something for you? I know I've been on this wellness path with Tiara. I know for me, it was super game changing. If y'all been part of doTERRA for a little while, or if you haven't, before we had something called LLV, which was Lifelong Vitality Pack. And so what that did, it's very similar to the VMG, but now VMG is so easy to use and consume and drink. It's just been such a game changer for me, for my family as well, for my nephews being able to use them. So I don't see anybody jumping out to share. But today we do have some really amazing offers and promotions going on to couple with all of these products that Katino has shared and given us this deeper view into the health and wellness and mental health space, and really helping us uncover that a big need in the mental health space is this foundational wellness. Are these foundational nutrients? Are the essential nutrients that our bodies need to be able to build, repair, and to really be able to thrive, right? And so that's what foundational wellness gives us with the VMG, the Omegas, the PB Restore. We're really setting up that foundation so our body gets what it needs for us to be able to show up day in and day out with that energy and vitality. And then we have our uh, super toolkit, right? The essential oils come in as this really amazing partner and toolkit for us for when we're having daily needs, whether that's, anxious feelings that are arising. And then I know for me, I go straight to Copaiba. I in 5 minutes, my anxious feelings, that heaviness on my chest is gone. I'm like, okay, All right. I know I don't need to be feeling this right now. So the essential oils are really this partner for our everyday needs. Got an upset belly? Okay. All right. Let's take some of Digest-Sen. You want to have like an energetic reset or just cellular support? Let's have some frankincense. Who here has ever tried some frankincense and honey? Yeah, it's so delicious. If you haven't done that yet and you have doTERRA frankincense at home, I highly, highly recommend get yourself some really high quality honey and put 1 or 2 drops of frankincense on it. Give it a little swirl, and it is like the most divine, delicious, uh, uh, magic dessert that you could ever imagine. Like it's so, so, so delicious. And we're getting those benefits by using them. So this month, until the 15th of the month, just a few days away, doTERRA is offering a free frankincense, full-size frankincense, which is 15 ml, and that is normally $79. So when you have a 200 PV order or more, which would be the foundational wellness and the kit, the Family Essentials kit is over 200 PV, or you can talk to your wellness advocate that invited you here to talk about some different options, but you'll get a free 15 ml frankincense, a free Digest-Sen, and a free diffuser. Yeah, go ahead.
This
Yeah.
is for new enrollments, though, right?
Yeah. Yes, this
And
is
I
for
just want
new.
to tell to those who already have enrollments, if something is coming up for you, like you order or something, if you could just upgrade to 200 PV and get that free frankincense. That's what I did. I have like 3 frankincense now.
Yeah. I have a
Like,
collection
yeah,
going.
give it all to me. Yeah.
I definitely have a collection of frankincense as well. I want to take a shower in it. Actually, my nephew, we play with Legos a lot, and so he built me a little blaster that's the frankincense blaster on my little figurine. It's like Alyssa and the frankincense blaster. I'm like, yes, all right. He knows me very well. So, so, so amazing. And so, yes, so whoever invited you here, you can reach out. I know, Katino, this is a lot of your audience here, a lot of your friends and clients, which is so exciting. Thank you so much for being here. And I'm curious, what are your takeaways from tonight? Is this like, you can go ahead and unmute. Is this like your first time really hearing about essential oils, or are you familiar? What's your experience level, ladies? Yeah, Libby, I see you're off mute.
I stepped away from the oils for a little while, just thinking, because there's a lot of conflicting information out there. And I thought, I came across some stuff and like maybe it's too concentrated and it's not natural. And, but, getting back to it and just revisiting that, I realized like, yeah, this stuff, it works. You can't, once you try it, like I've been doing the frankincense on the roof of my mouth because I saw a testimony about a guy who was going through brain cancer, which I don't have, but
Yeah.
I started doing that. And I also, and when Katina was talking about the mood and just emotion wise, that's what I've noticed. It helps, and I do it every day.
Yeah.
Yay.
Yeah. I
Love
love
it.
that. I love that. And Libby, like you're not alone. When I first started my essential oil journey too, I used to think the same thing. I was like, it's too concentrated. You're gonna drink lemon essential oil and it's gonna burn your stomach. Like all these weird things, all these
Mm-hmm.
things, all these fears that I had. And the truth is, like once I actually started using them with my body and not being afraid, so much transformation happens. I probably drink like 20 to 30 drops of lemon essential oil a day now.
Wow.
And I love it. And it's really healthy. One of our mentors, Boyd Truman, he does a technique called Symphony of Cells. I don't know if you've heard of this, but it's a powerful, powerful protocol where you layer specific essential oils onto the spine and the bottom of the feet. And it can help with osteo challenges, all different digestion, hormone, all different types of conditions that are being experienced and help transform that. And so Cantino was there and Tiara was there. Had a class with him out in Utah, and he's like, I ingest at least 50 to 60 drops of pure essential oil every single day. And my blood test came back. This man is 58 years old. So my blood test came back and it says that I have the biological age of a 26-year-old.
Well,
I'm like, okay, friends,
that's
right?
amazing. You
You know?
don't need any more evidence than that.
Right,
Yeah.
right. And it's so powerful. And I think like once we kind of like surrender to the wisdom of the plants, that these plants actually, obviously we need to know concentrations, dilute stuff if we're working with babies and children, right? There's like we get to use our knowing and intelligent and the research and things like that. And like we also get to experiment with our own body, and really receive the benefits of these plants because they're just so powerful. They work directly, the technology works absolutely 100% in sync, and so it's just so powerful. So I so love that you're getting back into it and that frankincense is one of your allies because wow, that's just like a gift, like that we actually have access to that. Like, wow,
Right.
so
Yep.
divine.
You
Mm.
just have to try it to really know it for yourself. So
Yes, yes, absolutely. I love that. Yeah. Any other shares? Yeah, go ahead,
I
Katina.
just saw Tara last week, was it Tara? And she just gave me the most beautiful testimony about using deep blue on her husband's
Mm.
hands. Can you share that, Tara, please? I think a lot of people who are watching it later, because we're recording it, are going to find it very, very helpful.
You're on mute. Gotta do a little technological shifting.
Okay, can you hear me?
Mhm.
I have the audio on my phone. So yeah, just I brought all these oils home that Katina ordered for me, and my husband has a lot of pain in his hands, arthritis and whatnot. So he put the deep blue and the copaiba on there, and he could tell a big difference immediately that night just using those. So that was a eye opener, especially for him. He tends to be more skeptical on stuff like that. So definitely works.
Love that. I
Beautiful.
love
And she
that.
said she even ordered him a new deep blue.
Yeah. I had to
Hmm.
reorder it. So yep.
Yeah,
Amazing, amazing. And he's now using it consistently to get that support?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
I
amazing. I
love
mean,
it.
thank you so much for
Yeah,
sharing that. Yeah, Deep Blue
Sure.
and Copaiba together is such a powerful combo. And my daddy's actually helped alleviate arthritis in his hands. He's a drummer, and so he has a lot of pain in his hands. And it's just application, application, application to
Yeah.
really support that and get that cellular upgrade. Amazing.
yeah. Svetlana, I would love to hear your story. Do you have a story for us?
Me?
Yeah.
I was just gonna say I have one story from one of the vendor events I went to. This lady, she had her tremors in her arms or hands like this.
Hmm.
And I remember I watched a YouTube video of somebody from like I don't know, from England using copaiba on the hands.
Mm.
And I saw that. And so I saw her because I gave her electrolyte to try. And her hand was going like this. I thought it was going to like fly over. So what I did was I said, okay, let me try this. I wanted to try this because I saw this video. I want to see if it actually works. So I put copaiba on her hands and it started shaking less. And then I put some more on her hands and it shook even smaller amount. So she barely, and she was like this. And then there was like this, like
Yeah.
barely moving. I couldn't
Phenomenal.
believe I saw it with my own eyes because it's one thing when you watch it on the YouTube video. It's another thing when you're actually experiencing it with your own eyes.
Yeah. Very powerful. Amazing. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I've been sharing after Tara told me, I was like, I should be sharing it more because I know a lot of people with arthritis and some of them have oils already. I was like, have you tried it? I was like, no, I don't think so, and that's
Mhm.
one of the challenges sometimes. Like people have the oils, but they don't use them.
They don't know how to use them or they don't know what combinations.
Yeah, right.
We were just
Yeah,
talking today because as we as I have new clients and they become loyal customers and they're ordering every month, I love to gift them with books like this. This is called the Essential Life book. This is the fifth edition. I think there's a sixth edition, maybe a newer one. But we were just looking at this earlier where you have all these different protocols for respiration, for restfulness. You got whoop, allergies, like any conditions, different conditions. And it has recipes of different essential oils to use in combination. And it also shares what other supplements that you could use to support the body. So we work with Boyd Truman for the Symphony of Cells, and one of the core things that he recommends is digestive enzymes. So digestive enzymes, because the food that we're eating, and even if we were eating the most perfect food, that we can get in America from the farm and all this stuff, we still do not have as much digestive enzymes or
Mm.
even nutrition as we used to, as we know that farming practices have transformed over a long period of time. And if we were to live a life with no supplements at all, it would mean that we would need to be in the wild, in nature, foraging for our own food in a place that has not been touched by pesticides and all these other chemicals. And then we could go with probably not needing so many supplements, right? But we don't live in that life, like in that place, right? Like we live in America. And so we're dealing with the challenges of toxicity and all these things. So digestive enzymes is one of these very, very powerful tools to support the body and alleviate some of the stress that our body's working so hard to try to break this food down. And if we can't break it down, then we're also having other challenges with our digestive tract and decreased absorption and all these different types of effects. Digestive enzymes that just came through. It's like one of those main things that he always, always, always recommends to have with any protocol is like, let's just help our digestion be in better flow and better ease. And we all also know, I know, Katina, you didn't talk too much about like the gut brain axis, but we know how much that the
Yeah,
gut really affects our brain. But
you're
that's
right.
what we're lending to, right? Is that nutrition is really the foundation of healing our brain, is decreasing inflammation in our body, getting the right nutrients so we have the building blocks, and then we decrease that inflammation and shift our mental capacity and at so many different levels. So I definitely recommend books like this so that we can use our essential oils more. You can get these on thrift books, and $5 for a textbook, 5, $6. I mean, it's excellent
Super.
resource to have in the home.
Yeah, super,
Yeah,
super.
yeah, amazing,
All
amazing.
right.
So any
She'll
takeaways from our audience before we get going? We're almost at the top of the hour, but takeaways, are there any oils that got talked about tonight that maybe you would want to give a try? Um, and again, you can reach out to the person that invited you here, but I'd love to hear if there were any like new nuggets that came through that anyone would like to share. And if not, that's also okay.
I have a question for you. You mentioned like the layering of oils.
Yeah.
Now, where can we find that information?
Oh, yeah. So
I'll get it over
Katina,
to you,
yeah,
Libby.
Wonderful. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
we
Thank you.
You
will.
can borrow my book.
Okay.
I have a book.
Yeah,
Wonderful. Yeah. That's
Yeah.
new. I've never heard of that.
yeah, it's
Yeah. It's
phenomenal.
phenomenal. Phenomenal is
Mhm.
the word.
Yeah,
Wow.
Yeah.
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 Somebody in your house has something that they needs to be addressed. Oh my
You know,
goodness.
yeah, my dad, like my dad's just had neck surgery and he has, even after that, he's having just the same amount of pain. And if I could get him to do that, I'd
Hmm.
help him.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah, we'll talk about
Absolutely.
what else you have and I'll explain it all to you.
Great. Thank you.
You're
Amazing.
welcome.
Love that so much. And I know we got Yelena on here. We got Lisa. We got uh Aruna, Dylan. Anyone have anything you want to share? I know you might be busy and moving around.
This is going to be recorded. Why, oh, right, Alyssa? I have somebody who wants to watch it.
Yeah, I do have it recorded right now. And then we're going to
Mhm.
be as a team. So part of our team is Katino, and then we have Tiara who is here, and we have other team members. And we're going to be teaching a
And we
class.
have Libby now in our team, and we
Oh,
have
and we have,
Elena on our team.
oh, yay!
Woo!
Yes! Hey, girlfriend! Yeah, let's
Those are
go.
all our
So nice.
teammates.
Yes. Oh, Libby, so nice to meet you in like real time. I've heard about your yes and yeah, yay.
Nice to meet you too.
Yeah, congratulations. Yeah, and I think we're meeting tomorrow or on Thursday. I don't know what today is.
Yeah,
So on Sunday this week.
yeah,
Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. And we have Elena here, and she's on our team as well. Ooh, ooh, ooh.
yeah.
So grateful to
Really,
have
if you believe in oils and you're already on loyalty, you can be a person who shares the goodness and brings this beautiful healing to the world. Because the more we share, the better off the world is going to be. So just know that if you have something to share, don't hold it because the world needs to know this.
Yes, absolutely. And Svetlana is on our team. She's on our sister team. Thank you, thank you, thank you for
And
being here.
Aruna is on my team as well. And there was going to be another client that wanted to join, but she had a client of her own, so she couldn't come. She wants a recording too.
Yay! I love that so much. Amazing, amazing, amazing. So beautiful. So many bright lights here, bright energy. So we're going to be hosting a class every Tuesday night. Next week it will be this class again, even so come again. We're going to add more to the presentation, and then we're also going to be teaching about essential oils and um, have continuing education about different topics about
Different
clearing out your
topics, yeah.
medicine cabinet, detoxifying your lifestyle. We'll be talking about Zytoscans. Maybe some of you ladies have received a Zytoscan from Catino or from your support system. Any Zytoscan participants here? Tara,
Yeah,
no?
most of them, I think.
Okay,
Mm.
nice, nice.
Mhm.
So looking at the benefits of, or seeing those transitions, we're also right now hosting a 90-day reset. So Katino is leading and I are leading a Facebook group, being able to, already 50 people are in there, which is so great. So we have other team members and other clients who are getting together to really go through a reset for our bioterrain. So be on the lookout for upcoming events that we have going on. We'll start
Yeah.
continuing that
Yeah,
beginning.
and I encourage you to hop in as much as possible and don't feel obligated. Like if you're like, okay, I've listened to this info. Like I just want you to utilize this as much as possible because that's going to bring more health into your home and you're going to be able to spread more health. Like if you're one of the advocates and you're like, okay, I got everything I needed. I need to hop off because it's every Tuesday. At least come in for that, information part
Mhm.
because you're going to be learning so much. And really, it's the way to enrich your knowledge and enrich the your outreach,
All right, yeah,
expand your impact. And I feel like it's
absolutely.
so crucial. So if all of us just dedicate an hour a week of learning something new about our health, imagine what our planet's going to be.
Woo! Yes, 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 yes. I
Ladies,
agree.
is there any way we can access these slides? Is this resource you have it or it's already shared somewhere and we can just access it? The PowerPoint slides that Kitino was reading off
Uh,
or commenting.
yeah, you can always ask me. I'm happy to
Okay.
share.
Okay, cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, amazing.
And there's recording if you feel like somebody needs to hear this. And there'll be classes, there'll be more
Yeah,
classes.
and
They'll be more
invite them
refined. It's our
live. Like,
first go.
yeah, again, yeah, this is our first go. So, next week we will host this class again on at 7 p.m. Central Time, whatever time that is in your time zone. And so invite someone. If you know someone that could use this information, could learn more about essential oils and mental health, or supplements and mental health, we would love to have them. So I'll be making another link for next week, and Katina will share that with you and get the word out. And we're going to just continue to, add more cool stuff to be able to share with you. And we are just so grateful. I'm so grateful.
Yeah. And if
To
you ever want
be
to
around.
share something, you're more than welcome to, because that's how we learn by teaching others. So you're
That's right.
welcome. Libby, if you have something, because,
Yes.
I talked to your mother. I met her mom once, but she told me so much about Libya that I didn't know. Like, I guess, we've never really had like this close relationship, right? And I'm hoping we
Right.
will be great friends going forward. But
Yeah.
your mother was like telling me what a healer you are, how you heal them
Oh,
with natural solutions and this and that. And I was like, what? I want to know more about this lady.
well, you
So
know how
if
moms
you
can
have
be.
something
They're
to share, you want to bring something to the table, like we're all ears, would love to share because it seems to us like, oh, everybody knows this. It used to be my mentality, but only I found out that it's not true at all. And,
it
if we
is
have something to share,
true.
let's go.
And there's always more to learn. There's just, you always think, well, maybe
Exactly.
I'm getting to the point where I know, but no,
Right.
there's always something new.
Yeah, for sure. All the time.
Absolutely.
All right.
There's a comment from Maruna. She shared in the comments about her husband and blood pressure. You guys want to read that?
Oh, thank you so much, Svetlana. Let's look.
Ooh, okay. VMG has been a great way for me to help my husband keep hydrated. He's not good at getting water in, but he loves VMG. And then
Great.
another share. One thing I can share is that I've been using some of the oils that came up in my husband's Zyto, and I noticed in his recent blood work has shown some improvements. Yeah. Also, he used to have high blood pressure readings almost all the time, but his recent blood pressure has been good. We are celebrating that, Aruna. That is amazing.
Super.
Amazing,
Thanks for sharing,
amazing.
Aruna.
Yeah, I'm curious if there are specific oils. I know that Tatiana has been been working with different people with blood pressure and found that is it Forest Bathing Blend,
Shinrin Yoku.
Shinrin-yoku, and
Because
Copaiba.
it lowers cortisol levels.
Yeah, and Copaiba has been helping tremendously
Hmm.
with blood pressure as well. Wow, what a celebration! Oh, so amazing. Well,
Ladies, do we,
awesome. Yeah, go ahead.
one more question. So Tuesday evenings, do we every every week is a different theme or it's always mental health?
That's a great question. So for this class on Tuesday nights, it's going to be more of an intro class that we're going to be able to use to support our potential customers to be able to enroll with some oils or with some supplements and be educational. And then we're going to start a continuing educational series that is going to be for continuing education. That's going to be on different topics every time. And we're going to host two of those per month. And we're getting the schedule put together for starting in February. So we would love both you and Libby if you like. We'll discuss it more if you want to teach something as well. But that's where we're going to go into continuing education, talking about maybe specialized. I've been to classes around, frankincense being the king of oils and like the three wise men who came to Jesus and the myrrh and all those things. I mean, there's so many cool classes that we can teach in that continuing education. And so that's a great
And it's
place for
going to
us
be
to
every second Thursday, right?
every,
Every
yeah,
second Thursday.
the second and fourth Thursday of the month. And that's going to be more like afternoon time. I know, or yeah, afternoon. I know we put a time on the calendar. But I'll have a whole like what's called an ad event calendar where you can have a link and you can add the whole calendar to your calendar in Google Calendars or iCalendar, whatever calendar system that you use. And then we'll have this one where we can invite people to show up and then also be able to get supported by getting started and getting enrolled. So, yeah, awesome. Yay.
Wishing
Awesome,
everyone.
ladies.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Go
Any
ahead.
any other questions? Yeah.
No, no.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, thank you so much, Katina. That was so great. Thank you for sharing all of your experiences and what a transformation that you've gone through and your family, and then being able to help so many people with really understanding the truth of their body and how their body knows how to support itself when it has the right inputs, when it has the right ingredients and knows what to do. And so I just, acknowledge you and honor your work because it's so big and it's so needed, right? And so we're just, yeah, thank you for sharing this with everyone.
You're so welcome. Thank you so much, Alyssa. And thank you, everybody who came tonight. We
Yay.
appreciate you being here.
Yes. Mm. Oh, yeah, I wanted to take a picture before we go. Hey,
Oh,
hold
yeah.
on. Yeah, let's do a picture. Yay. If you want to come on camera, this would be your time. Yay. Nice. Awesome. Oh, yay. Ah, hi. I love that.
Hi there.
Ooh, one more. There we go. Awesome. All right. Oh, yay. Dylan too. Nice. Hi, Dylan. So
Thanks,
beautiful. So,
guys.
all right. Thank you
Thank you so
all.
much. This is so valuable. Thank you.